let's turn to the questions now. And the first one has to do with a reference you made to eternity and timelessness. And a very big and significant topic. I think it was, you were trying to resist any sort of Platonic timeless vision there. Could you explain a bit more what you're concerned to avoid, and what's at stake in that part of the discussion?
I am very much inclined to say that part of the good creation, which God said it's good and then it's very good in Genesis 1, is a sequential creation, and that the goodness of God's creation has to do with the idea of purpose, of ongoing new life, of new things happening, rather than a tableau which is just there as a temporary thing and will then be abolished because we're going to be in a state of timelessness. Now, this gets quite quickly into some quite deep philosophical waters, and I'm probably not competent to handle too much of that, and certainly not to try and do it off the cuff like this. But I think, let me start from a different angle. I think in the last 2 or 3 centuries, Western Christianity has slid down into a Platonic morass of thinking that the aim of life is to go to heaven when you die, and that heaven will be quite unlike this world. It'll be non-physical, non-spatio-temporal, and it'll be a timeless eternity. Now, I do not find that in the New Testament. I simply don't find it there. There's a line in the book of Revelation when the old translation says, when time, there shall be no more time, or there is now no time. But that doesn't mean that time itself will cease, and we'll be in, I'm not sure how to think even about a timeless world. What it means is there has been a sequence which is God's plan, and we've got to the end of that sequence, and now God's new thing is going to happen. But the picture I get in Revelation 21 and 22 of the river of the water of life, and the leaves of the tree being for the healing of the nations, and the kings of the earth bringing their treasures into the city, etc. This is not a static Platonic vision. This is a deeply Jewish vision of new heavens and new earth, with new projects, new glory, new amazing vistas of God's splendor, and new tasks for God's people to do in this new world. So that's just running up a flag to say, if you're stuck with Plato, please take the appropriate antidote, and which would be the Bible, by the way.
Yeah, yeah. And I think of just how many Psalms are historical recitations, and then,
of course,
and then these powerful, evocations of the future we're leaning into.